we're going to start with Danny. Danny says, "Hey, Bradley, how would you recommend ranking a multi-location business? I'm guessing evenly distribute the links and signals to each one. Do you have a white label for this?" Yes, we do. I mean, the way that my link building services, if you're talking about link building specifically, then yes. Uh, you, the way that I have things set up is if it's per location. So if it's a multi-location business, you can either subscribe for each location, whatever levels are appropriate, or you can submit a multi-location project as a non-local project, and then we will build links and distribute links across all the various location pages. But we omit the maps components for that, if that makes sense, because it makes it's too complex to try. The way that the entire my semantic link service was built was based on per location. So if you have a multi-location project that you want managed under one subscription, then you have to submit it as a non-local project. And then we will go in and extract all the local pages, location pages, et cetera, and put them in as target URLs. And then we'll start building links, and we'll build branded assets. They won't be local assets. They'll be assets for the brand itself. And then, so we'll do tier 2 link building to all of that, but we omit the specific local part of it because, again, the way that we do everything is based on location. So we can do multi-location businesses either on a per location basis or as a non-local project where we focus more on the organic side of things. But then you can always purchase one-off gigs for the local stuff that we would typically do anyways, and we can direct you on that and give you a little bit of guidance on that. But that's like geographic links or batch, branded entity assets for each location, etc. So as far as I'm guessing, evenly distribute the links and signals to each one. Now, not necessarily, because and I talk about this in my audits. Link distribution, it's normal for the homepage to have most of the backlinks, and it's really appropriate for that. So I see in some cases people with multi-location projects where they overdo link building to location pages, so location pages have more links than their homepage. That's not really the appropriate way to do it. I mean, quantity isn't like the be all end all, but I try not to do link building where it's going to raise a red flag, where clearly if you look at it, you can see that, it's being manipulated. So the homepage should have more links than anything. And so when it's a multi-location project and you are intending on building links to the location pages, which makes sense, what I recommend is for every one link you build to a location page, you build 1 or 2 links to the homepage. That makes sense. That way you're always keeping a kind of heavier distribution on the homepage. And if you have your internal linking done and everything, the structure of your site, so the architecture or structure of your site and internal linking and all of that, then hitting the homepage is going to power up your location pages anyway, and probably service pages, etc. So it makes sense to do that. But when I say evenly distribute, again, not necessarily. The way that we teach, and we're going to talk about this today, hopefully we'll have time. There's some question I saw about how I do competitive link analysis for local SEO. Well, I've done full training on that. There's an over hour long video on our YouTube channel, guys, that you can go view. And there's the workbook on the first comment in that video about how to do local competitive link intelligence, right? Or competitive link analysis for local SEO. And there's a workbook that the same workbook that we use for all my own local SEO clients, as well as my white label clients and all of that. There's a very detailed training on that, but we're going to go into that a little bit today because there were some additional questions about that right here in today's list of questions. So when we get to that part, I'll cover, Danny, I'll cover that a little bit further as well, what I'm talking about. We do everything on a case-by-case basis. So if you've got multiple locations, what you should do is look at the primary search query that you want to rank for each location, and then analyze the top-ranked competitor's backlink profile based upon that training. Our method, which is what I've been using now for over 2 years, about close to 2.5 years, and it works really well because you're using the top-ranked competitor's backlink profile information to determine what you should be doing in order to be competitive for that search query in that area. Because again, there's no one size fits all. And that's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense to distribute links evenly across location pages. What you should do if you've got multiple locations is do a analysis for each local search query for each location that you want to rank for and analyze the backlink profile. You can just do it with the primary one. What is the broadest term that is relevant with a commercial type or commercial or transactional type search query, right? Just use that type of a search query, analyze the top 5 ranked competitors for each location, and then you'll have the data that you'll need to be able to base your decisions, to make good decisions on what types of links you need, quantity, relevance, etc. Hope anchor text ratios, all of that. That's exactly what that workbook is for. We base all of our link building decisions on that data. Hopefully that's clear. So, but yes, again, Danny, if I think it's the Danny that I think it is, which there's plenty of Danny, so it might not be the one that I think it is, but if you're already in the Semantic Links dashboard, schedule a 15-minute call with me if you need to, and we can chat about it so I can make proper recommendations.